Hola, hello, how you doing, guys? Today is June 30th. We're gonna talk. We're gonna do our devotional for today. Today's is gonna be a little longer than the usual because we're gonna talk about betray. It is a important topic to talk about. I hope you never had to go through it, but or maybe you went through it and you didn't know how to react. But we're gonna learn how to react, how to deal with it today. It's really important to know what to do, how to do, where to look the answer. It's important. Okay, we're gonna be reading on Psalm 55, verse 12 to 23. Verse 12 to 23. Psalms 55, verse 12 to 23. It says, "For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me that did magnify himself against me. Then I would have hid from myself from him. But it was thou a man, my equal, my guide, and my acquaintance. We took sweet counsels together, and walked unto the house of God in company. Let death seize upon them, and let them go down quick into hell, for wickedness is in their dwellings and among them. As for me, I will call upon God, and the Lord shall save me. Evening and morning and at noon will I pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. He had delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. God shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth in of old, Selah, because they have no changes, therefore they fear no God, not God. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with them. He hath broken his covenant. The word of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn sores. Cast my burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer thy righteous to be moved. But thou, O God, shalt bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half of their days, but I will trust in thee. I will repeat the last verse, which is 23. But thou, O God, shalt bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half of their days, but I will trust in thee. I will read it now in Spanish. Porque no me afrentó un enemigo, lo cual habría soportado, ni se alzó contra mí el que me aborrecía, porque me hubiera ocultado de él, sino tú, hombre, al parecer íntimo mío, mi guía y mi familiar, que juntos comunicábamos dulcemente los secretos y andábamos en amistad en la casa de Dios. Que la muerte le sorprenda, descienda vivos al Seol, porque hay maldades en sus moradas en medio de ellos. En cuanto a mí, a Dios clamaré y Jehová me salvará. Tarde y mañana y a mediodía oraré y clamaré, y él oirá mi voz. Él redimirá en paz mi alma de la guerra contra mí, aunque contra mí haya muchos. Dios oirá y los quebrantará luego, el que permanece desde la antigüedad, por cuanto no cambia ni temen a Dios. Extendió el inicuo sus manos contra los que estaban en paz con él, violó su pacto. Los dichos de su boca son más blandos que mantequilla, pero guerra hay en su corazón. Suaviza sus palabras más que el aceite, mas ellas son espadas desnudas. Echa sobre Jehová tu carga, y él te sostendrá. No dejará para siempre caído al justo. Mas tú, oh Dios, harás descender a aquellos al pozo de perdición. Los hombres sanguinarios y engañadores no llegarán a la mitad de sus días, pero yo en ti confiaré. Okay, guys, with that being read, We're gonna talk about what this book says. Okay, we're gonna talk about somebody that you probably already know. The name Benedict Arnold has been synonymous of traitors since the American Revolution. Arnold fought passionately for the Americans in the beginning, and he earned the trust of and admiration of General George Washington. He betrayed that trust in 1779 when he began sharing intelligence with the British, leading up a plot to hand over West Point. When the plot was discovered, Washington sought but failed to have Arnold captured and executed. Like Washington, the psalmist David knew the pain of betrayal. He could understand when an enemy mistreated him, but not a friend. Psalm 55:20 says, "My companion attacks his friends, he violates his covenant." Look, betrayal hurts deeply and often comes as a shock, since the betrayal might be continue pretending to be your friend. It can make you question whether the relationship was even real, or if it was real or not. Um, it can even make you wonder about your own judgment and sense of worth. You do worth a lot, right? It certainly will make you angry. That's for sure. You're gonna get angry, and you would like to do many things, but how can you deal with betrayal? That's exactly the question, and we're gonna answer it. We're gonna make that question in two. We're gonna separate that one question. We're gonna make two questions out of it, but the best response is to do as the psalmist says. In Psalms chapter 55:22 says, "Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved." It is exactly what God has to do. He will take care of you. Let the betrayal in His hands, and God will deliver you, because God will treat you first. He will deal with you first, and He will take care of them later, right? Um, the first question, though, on all this, the first question that I want you to answer, and remember, pause the video, answer the question. Don't forget to like it. Okay, like the video. This is the first question. How have you reacted to betrayal in the past? How have you reacted to betrayal in the past? Answer the question, pause the video. Second question. Now that we know, right, based on this psalm, how do you think God would have you deal with that betrayal now? If you went through it, or if you I like I say, I don't want you to go through it, but if you went once already or twice, I don't know how you never have to do it, but if you already react or pass one betrayal, based on the psalm, how do you think how do you think God would have you deal with that betrayal now? Answer the question. Put answer question one, or you can write the question and answer it. Yeah, I like the way Sarai is doing it. And we see you in the next devotional. God bless you. Remember, read the Bible and try to memorize the verses, as many verses you can. There is no limit. Okay. See you later.